Johan, welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Javier. And I'm good to have a lot of people listening to this. I feel it's very important to provide information to the Mitel User Group so that we can educate and also reach out so that our Mitel User Group can put demands on their partners as well, saying that we know that Mitel has updates, we want them. But
Good.
a little bit about myself. Married, 2 kids, grown up nowadays, 2 cats, and they are the ones being bossy at home, so I have to take care of them. So I've been running 35 years with focus on the large enterprise segment. And the last 10, 12 years, I've been working with gold and platinum partners regarding as a technical account manager, supporting them and also participating in customer meetings and having regular meetings with them.
Good. So Johan, you are the one who gets the call when something is wrong.
I would say yes and no. I mean, the normal workflow is that our partners are working with delivering system integrations and second level support, and their first contact towards Mitel is to open up a service request, and that they can do 24/7, 365 days a year. So the normal support workflow will be automated. They will be their ticket will be transferred to the correct team that working with the product or with the solution. There are automated functions to handle critical cases if the customer has 24/7 support, and also automatic notification to the different support managers within Mitel if there is a case not meeting the response times and these kind of things. And my role is a little bit next step. It could be either as a result of a service request, or it could be that the customer or the partner's sales or support management feel that they need higher attention on a case.
Good. Good. So, because Johan, when I joined the company, one of the things that really, was really incredible for me is that we have a system in Mitel in which we are able, in which whatever we see in the market is able to escalate to go up to R&D, and from R&D to a new release. So that process is continuously flowing. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And I mean, the service engineers handling the case will communicate in the service request for traceability. We will also deliver solution or binaries or patches via the service request, and that is connected to the R&D system. So we have everything in the flow, and we also are focusing a lot of to fulfill the GDPR requirements and these kind of things. So we are currently all the time cleaning out all the logs, cleaning out all the data that partner has been provided, so that we are not storing anything unnecessary when we're not working with the case anymore. And as a backup to the support workflow into R&D, we also have the escalation workflow, and that's where I'm part of it, so to say. So I'm working with day-to-day escalations, and then I'm working with the next level, which I call TAM escalations, which is when I'm working with R&D or marketing or salespeople or with the partners. Normally that is handling 80-90% of all the escalations that I receive. And as a second step for that is the CAP process, which is a critical account project. And that is presented to the senior leadership team of Mitel every Friday. So that is the highest level of escalations. And my goal is obviously to not have anything that needs to be presented on the CAP meeting. So that's what I'm working on. I'm a little bit controlling and securing that we have Mitel has the right resources, working with the right thing at the right time. And my goal is to have a customer that are happy with the work that we are doing and with the partner that doing. So it could be that it will take some times before we have a solution to a very complex problem, but my goal is to keep the customer informed so that he can say that Mitel is working with this, we have everything under control, and I'm looking forward to do business with Mitel. I'm the glue, so to say.
And two points here which are related. One thing is that I learned that most of the issues that we find on the field are already fixed with the latest version of the software.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that what could you say to that people who say that the best technical service is the one that is not needed? How could you reply that?
That's a very good point. It's a little bit like that you have an insurance that you never need to use because you have a good product. I would say that 80-90% of the case coming in are already fixed either via a knowledge base article or the latest release. But we also understand that our customers has sometimes a very long process to upgrade. So obviously we are supporting them even if they are not on the absolute latest software version. But it's so important nowadays to be on the latest software version, as Melissa talked about, the security updates, to have the latest security updates, to have the latest corrections. So what I mean is that if you keep the customer system upgraded, then the customer will not run into issues that already has been fixed.
Okay.
So it's important.
Okay. And we have to ensure that delivery of service is delivered in the way that is in the best way for the customer and for the partner, because we empower our partners and our partners do the first the first support to our customers.
Yeah. And we have a lot of tools to help our partners. I mean, we have, for example, we have our knowledge base that is integrated with our service management system. So when the partners start to submit the service request, the system will automatically search in our knowledge base and present, suggested solutions. This is fixed with this configuration, or this is fixed in this release. So the goal with that is to make the partner just, I don't need to open up a service request. I can fix the customer's problem directly. And secondly, we are sending out weekly newsletters to all our service engineers at our partners, stating that this week we have published the following knowledge base articles. And they can subscribe per product or multiple products. And that's for keeping them notified about what we are doing, so that sometimes they will run into a problem at the customer and they will remember that, they published a fix for this already. And then we short down the time to solve the problem at the customer. And we also have a alert function in knowledge base, which is for alert articles, and they are sent out directly when it's published. So if we have something that is critical or we want to reach out to all the partners, then we will make an alert knowledge base articles, and that will end up in the partner's mailbox directly. And from there, they can go into another knowledge base articles or take actions to redeem the problem.
Mm-hmm. Johan, Melissa was mentioning before, that tendency in the market, that of having the customer empowered, being able to do more things with their own system, but at the same time being even more proactive when it comes from the vendor point of view. Just try to balance those two elements that they could seem, opposite, but they are complementary at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that with the tools that Mitel have, we also allowing the end customer to do a lot of move ads and changes. They can do mostly of their normal work themselves, and then they have the partner for more system integration or adding new features and functions and preparing upgrades and keeping the system up and running without any problems for the customer. And it depends a little bit about the complexity for the customers. I've been working a lot with partners that had the Swedish tax authorities, for example. They have a freeze period before the tax period starts and everything like that. And there it's very, very important to have made all the preparation and upgrades before the freeze period, because then they put the lid on everything and they're not allowed to do any changes. So in those cases, I also work with the partners when it's more proactive together with the end customer, for example.
Good. So we look up the customer as a whole, all right? And as we said with Melissa, and how unified communications fits in their activity and when we can intervene, right? Because
Yep.
Johan, you have a long experience in the industry, like Melissa, and for sure you can you have seen many things, many things, and many issues in the on the field, of customers not being properly protected, and later on, just really very sad about that. Let me use that expression.
Yeah. And also just a small story. I was installing, I think, the first MX1 in Japan many years ago when it was called MD110. We did a lot of preparation work because we were not allowed to connect to the Japanese PTT, so we were connecting to a NEC switch as a gatekeeper. So I went down there and I did the hardware installation as well, and I did the software. And then all of a sudden, somebody was knocking on the door and said, "Oh, Holmqvist son, can you make a small presentation?" And I was going, "Yeah, of course, I can do a small presentation." And then went into the elevator and went up to the top of the building, and I realized that this was the senior executive leaderboard of this large company based in Japan. And I did a presentation 1 hour without any preparations. I was talking about what we're doing, about the product and everything like that. And then at the end, I told them what I would do if I didn't meet the criteria. I was saying that, okay, at this time of in the evening, I will do the following things to get back so that you have service afterwards. And then the meeting ended, and one of the very old guys come up to me and say, "Holmqvist son, very impressive. Nobody dares to tell us that things can go wrong." And then he said, "But we're not stupid. We know that things can go wrong." So I mean, to be prepared and also do the extra activities, that's what I'm have in my heart, to make the customer understand that we are part of not just supporting the partners, but we're also supporting the end customer.
That's very good. That's really, really very good. And I will end with this call, Johan, with the same very selfish question that I made to Melissa, right? As a product marketeer, okay, what do you recommend me to do to create awareness about the need of service and support? But at the same time, it is not that our products are weak, but on the contrary, is that our value proposition is even stronger because we have a premium, wonderful support packages.
Yeah, I think that this type of meetings are the key, because I mean, we are talking to our partners, and the partners are talking to their customers, and they are very protective of their customers in some areas. And if we from Mitel side inform our Mitel User Group participants about the importance to upgrade their system to get the latest software and latest security enhancements, then the customer can ask their partner for this to demand. I mean, what software version am I running at? Oh, you're running on MX173. Oh, but that's very old. Yeah, I mean, what's the latest one Mitel have? Oh, that's 7.6. Okay, why do I have 7.3? So I think that we can create a push effect of informing our Mitel User Group customers.
That's very good. I take the point, Johan. I always learned also. I always learned a lot talking to you. It is wonderful to have you here